We've got a few things we want to get covered in today's video. Amongst them will be some wonderful happy mail that I received, and we will then hop on into watercolor postcards. So stay tuned. You do not want to miss out on this fun. Welcome back to Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel, and I'm your host, Fam the Fabulous. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, all you artists, creatives, crafters, and makers. Welcome back to the Lovely Lab. Today we are going to go ahead and hop right into opening up this lovely mail that we received from Jennifer. Jennifer is one of our longtime members. She is always in the comment section with an encouraging word, shining her light out into the creative atmosphere. And so Jennifer, number one, thank you for taking the time out to share a little kindness in the form of this happy mail, this lovely mail. And two, thank you so much for your continued support. I truly do appreciate it, and it always puts a smile on my face when I'm running across one of your comments. And so without further ado, let me go ahead and open this up. Now, also before I go any further, if you would like to send a card, happy mail, a postcard like this, what we're getting ready to get into, I believe the address to my P.O. box is in the description box. I do believe it's there. If not, there is an email that you can reach out to me for it, but I do believe it's down in the comment in the description box. And so it's Jennifer has sealed this up really well, so I will have to come at it from another angle, but it's pretty packed. And it's a thick envelope, which I feel like I need to reuse. You know how we do. Okay, and then after we go through this wonderful random act of kindness, we're going to head into the next phase of today's video, which is watercolor postcards. And let's see how it's going to be something abstract, okay? All right, so, oh, good Lord, there's quite a bit in here. All right, so, oh my, how cute. How lovely. Look at this cute little file folder. Oh, I have just the journal. I'm working on a journal right now, and this is part of the color palette, so this will go very well in it. Look at the little, it's like a, what's it called? A slide. It's a, I'll think of the word in a minute, but Jennifer, if you're watching, I can't remember what this die cut is. I have it actually. Mine is a little bit bigger. But this is gorgeous. Really cute. You can leave it as a folder, or you can seal both sides and use it as a pocket. Well, pocket this way. Or you can seal one side and use it as a pocket that way. You can label it. You can actually put it on the edge of your page. Like, let's say that this was your page, right? You could use this as a tab on your page inside of your journal. You know what I mean? So many different ways you could use that. Okay, so we've got that one. And then, oh, look at this. Look at that. How pretty is that? She's got her die cuts going on. Look at this little envelope. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can get it out with these gaudy nails of mine. Maybe it might just be for looks. I think it might be just for looks, but that's cute. Isn't that the cutest? But of course, I'll try to ram a little something in there, a real note. Okay, so she glued that down. I just was checking to see. I think that is such a wonderful idea. And then obviously there you can put some type of a label in there. All right, and then she has sealed that partially. Yes, and then there's a little some die cuts in here. How adorable is that? That is so, I've never even seen a die like that. I love it. That is so sweet. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, and then we've got, look at this envelope. Who'd have thunk? With the little, I'm thinking, how can I use this? Okay, do I want to? I'm always thinking of multiple ways. Okay, let me not brainstorm on camera. That's ridiculous, isn't it? That is so adorable. I love it. Okay, what else do we have here? Look at it, says fam. How adorable. I love that paper, that cardstock. Oh, thankful for your friendship. Oh, thank you so much, Jennifer. How sweet is that? The little coffee cup with the little, oh, how adorable is this? I love it. And then if you wanted to, you could kind of, if you want to use this in your journal, this would be something you will pop in. If you want, you could use this as for a gift card. You know, you pop the gift card behind it and then slide this on top. You know, so many different ways. I knew I was going to do that. I knew I was going to do that. I'll glue that back together, Jennifer. So heavy-handed. Ugh. How adorable is it? Let me just slide this gingerly back in here. Gracious, this girl. You know what your parents used to say. This is why we can't have anything nice. I love that. I absolutely. Oh, let me see. Thank you so much, Jen. I love that. That is so cute. And then, ooh, I think they're called. I'm still trying to figure out the term. This is the size that I have. But it's like you would put like your samples in there, you know, field samples. I can't remember the word. It's a slide, you know, the film. But anyways, yes. So love it. And then we've got a few more. Now you could always put like a family photo in there, a photo of a child. Pop that on a card with a little string there, you know, or an eyelet, and then put a dangle off to the side. Like it's so many things you can do. And oh, look at that. Blessings. The little pocket there. That is so creative. Oh, look at that Georgia peach. How adorable is that? I love it. Universal bushel shipping package. Now I'm going to have to put this in my journal because obviously, you know, for those who are on Facebook, my username has peach in it. And so yes, I definitely will keep this for myself. Not that I'm stingy, I'm just saying. I love all of this. I would love to keep all of it for myself, but I know I'm going to end up crafting, and someone else will be blessed by Jennifer's generosity. So thank you again, Jennifer. I truly do appreciate not just this gift, but your kindness and your friendship as well. All right, so let me move this off to the side. What did I do with the envelope? Didn't I just have? Oh, here's the envelope right here. Okay, stay tuned. If you guys want to see me do the journal entry with that, put a comment in the section. And that journal is the it's this one here. This one here, I use items that I have from trips, as well as things that I have received from friends of the community. And so it is our sister friend journal. This is where I add items from you guys. And I'm sure at some point I will go through here and you'll likely recognize some of the contents. But in the meantime, let me move right along because we ain't got a lot of time. I got to get ready for work. I don't, but I do. I want to go in early today. We have a college tour that I will be taking Josh on today. So we will be heading out. I'll be leaving work early and then coming back and finishing up. I'll be staying late. All right, so listen. Here we have some watercolor postcards. 100% cotton. I think it's 120 or 140 pound weight paper. 100% cotton. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so this is what I want to do. So I'm going to flip these over. And I'm actually going to do 6 of these. Now, I intend to send these to members of the Patreon community. And perhaps maybe an additional person. So I'm going to leave these here like this. You may or may not see all of them in this one, but I'm going to, this is not going to be some strategic watercolor session, okay? We are going to throw paint down and we are going to have ourselves a great time doing so. Thank you very much. All right, and so today I want to use, hold it, pause. I was at Walmart. What was I doing there? I was returning some merchandise that I had purchased for vacation and did not get a chance to use. I picked up this Royal and Langnickel. I love this brand, Royal and Langnickel gloss medium. Now, I hadn't seen this before, but the reason I got this is because I have very often I use craft paint and it's flat. This is an example of it. Now, the difference between craft paint and, let's say, a higher gloss, maybe a little one, is the gloss here. I personally like the gloss look. If I'm working in my art journal, perhaps maybe I don't want the gloss because it does get sticky, which hence the reason why you saw the paper in here, because it has a tendency to stick if it's not fully cured, dried. So I got the gloss medium so that I could add it to those craft paints when I'm using it on something that, maybe art for home, artwork, canvas, bottle, or whatever. Something that it's not going to be on the pages of my journal. So I bought that. I also picked up these. Now these are blending stumps and tortillons, but you use them for drawing. I think these were like $2.97, and I want to say this might have been $6.97 or $5.97, somewhere around here, but not too expensive. But this is a wonderful addition to your craft paint selection if in fact you want to use it with, say, a heavy body medium, some of the more pigment rich paints, or if you just want a gloss finish. Now, I am going to go ahead and just add some to the front of this book, just so we can get an idea. And I'm moving it off to the side, but I want to see what that gloss is looking like. And then off camera at a later time, perhaps I will add it to some of the media, one of the craft paints, so that I can see how well it mixes without diluting it. Hopefully that's what it will provide. Why would they put the sticker right here? I mean, as soon as you open this up with all the struggling, it's going to come squirting out. This is just so, it's just so problematic. And then, of course, I got to worry about cutting myself with my clumsy self. All right, we're almost there, folks. Bear with me. Rome wasn't built in a day, and this sticker ain't getting cut open in a day either. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's just take a look. I'm just going to use my finger. Let's just do it over here on top of my doodle work. And of course, no, we're not. No, clearly. What time did I say I wanted to go to work? I'm not editing none of this out. You're just going to get all of it. Because if I do go on an editing frenzy, you ain't going to get the video. You don't get the video, folks. All right. Sheesh. Okay, let's see what we get here. Now, first off, I want you to see how thick it is, because I poured that out, but as you can see, I pushed that out, but as you can see here, it does not, it has a heavy consistency, a thick consistency, which I love. Ooh, look at that. So one thing it also does is it does brighten whatever it is that you're working on, the paint. It gives a more rich finish. And then I'm also curious to see whether or not it holds its shape for brush marks. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but so let me just see. Can you see those marks there? So I'm going to leave that off to the side. I'm curious to see what comes of that, how it dries, and I will show you before this video ends. I'll come back even if it's like an hour from now. All right, we've been piddling long enough. Let's move on. All right, so the paints I'm using today for the watercolor cards are the Kuretake Gansai Tambi Starry Colors. This is a mixed set of golds, metallics, really pretty paints. And I find if you catch these on sale and you watercolor often, grab 2 sets. Grab 2 sets because it becomes rather addicting using these. You can use them. You can actually mix these golds with other paints, or you can, use it as finish work, or you can use it to kind of doodle with. But you'll see in just a moment. So we're starting with that. I've got a couple of brushes here. This is just a splatter brush. I've got the Princeton number 4 liner, and then I've got the Princeton number 10 round Aqua Elite, which is my go-to. It's my favorite. All right, so I'm gonna wet that, and then I also have today, I want to use the granulation medium. I've used it, but I believe I used it incorrectly. So we're gonna try this out as well. This is from Winsor & Newton. I got it off of Amazon a while back. And then I have these Rosa Art Gallery and another artist grade paint. Oh, who is it? I cannot remember. I'm sure if Maria is watching, she will drop it in the chat, and if you're interested, you'll go down there and you'll see. But for all intents and purposes, I am using these colors here. Okay, how I'm going to use them, we don't know. I do not know. Let me move this palette off to the side because I won't need that if I'm using this. All right, so let us go ahead and wet the paints just a smidge. I don't know which one I'll be using, but let's go ahead and get them activated. I don't know if that was necessary. I really don't know. I doubt it. And then towards the end, we will do the same with the gold. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some of the granulation to over here. Just a little bit. I don't know what it's supposed to do and how it's supposed to do it. But I'm going to do that for, I'm going to use that for this. I don't even know. I don't even know what this color is supposed to do. It's a green. What green? I don't know. I swatched this. You know what? Let me take a look at my swatch book and see what these are, because I can't even remember. I did swatch it here on camera. Let's take a quick look here. And it, hopefully I wrote it down when I did it, because I have a tendency to not. Okay. Oh, this girl. Rembrandt. It's Rembrandt. And this is umber. Oh, I don't know if I should. I'm going to do this sanguine red for the granulation. I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. We'll see. We'll see. So, but in the meantime, let's move that over there like so. Let's do that. A little bit more. All right, now I'm going to grab another brush that is not watercolor. It's not really a watercolor brush, but it'll do what needs to be done here. And so that I can add a little bit of water to a couple of these. I am not doing this in any strategic fashion. I'm just putting water down so that the paints can move. That's it. That's all. End of discussion. All right, and I'm going to move quickly because, one, I don't know what I'm doing, and two, y'all don't want to be here all day. I think that is the bulk of where I want to go with that. All right, so no particular order here. We are just, and then I'm going to do some off to the side. We have no idea what this is going to end up looking like. We don't know. We do not know. what I'm not supposed to be doing. This is the finished work. And here I am. Let me let that be. Let me let it be. Alright, so I'll be back in a bit, in a YouTube second. You won't even know I was gone. Alright, toodles. This is where we are right now. Okay? And then when we come back, we'll be dealing with that. Ooh, I'm liking it so far. Yeah, that's cute. I feel like I need a deep teal in here. And because our servers are down at work today, I mean, I work from home, so I think I can see if I can make a little bit of a teal. Let's see. Do I have anything in here? I should be, yeah, I should be able to put something together. Put something together. All right, let's make sure that the brush is clean. For goodness sake. All right. Get it as clean as possible. All right, so let's start off with a blue. We're gonna start off with a blue, and then we'll add some form of yellow. Not too much. Not too much. But let me add this one, this deep green, and see what we get. Let's see if y'all can see that there. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, that's, oh, it's kind of what I'm going for. Let me add a little bit of yellow to it. Not too much, again, just a smidge. Let's see. That's more like a evergreen. I'm not quite sure what I was going for with that. Let me try with an orange. Let's see what we get with an orange. Oh, you know what? We're gonna head into brown. Let me not do that. We're gonna end up in brown. All right. So let's go. Oh, okay. Okay, that's given something of the blue that I'm looking for. Not really, but we'll work with it. We will do what we can. We will do what we can with it. All right, so we're gonna let that dry and then I'll be back. All right, so we've got that going for us. And now we need to, what do we need to do? Oh, I need to find my pens, my good pens. I'm going to use the sepia and we are going to use a gold. Let's see how that works out. This desk is a mess. Where are we going here? Let me try going with the lightest that has no brown. And I'm going to go around the edge of it, just creating a little bit of a frame. I love a good messy frame. personally. I don't know about you. Wish this was a little thicker, but this is what we got. Now let's try black. Let's see what we can get with black. I would have to pull out another type of pen. Let's see what we got. That's awfully thick. It'll work. That's too thin. All right, let's use this one. Probably have to use that on this one. Let's just see what we get. All right. That works for me. It works for me. I'm going to do the same on this one. But I'm just going to go straight lines. Single one on that. And let's see what a single one on this one looks like. And then we're going to get some doodle work going. One here. Okay. Perfection, not necessary. I think the black was a better choice, although I wanted to kind of keep it a little softer than what black would provide. But you know, whatever. At this point, whatever. Okay. Okay. Now let's just go ahead and add some gold to it. Now what gold do we want to use is the question. I think we're gonna go with a darker one just so it can be seen, you know. Okay. And after that dries, we will come back with something else. Okay, so because this one has such the unattractive brown working in it, we're going to start there first. And I'm just going to create some doodle marks that, let's see, take away from its power. Should I use gold or should I use white? Yeah, we're gonna keep going with gold, although it's not bright enough. Let's see if we can pop it open with white. Bring it up a notch with white. Maybe I should have went with silver. Who knows? We shall see. This is going to be the experimental one. We'll see what we can get accomplished with it. Okay, that had a better appeal. A better overall effect, I should say. Okay. Let's do little triangles. This might turn out to be a bad idea, but for what it's worth, we're going with it. As long as they actually look like triangles, right? And not cereal. This is given kindergarten shapes. How hard is it to make 3 sides, lady? Okay, so we have completed this little set here. We have started off from this blank 2-sided postcard, and just so you know, it does have an area to put your addressee to, as well as, you know, you can write your return address, or you can just do a little doodling. It just depends on what you want to do. And by the way, let me just make sure I don't think I disclosed it earlier, but the size of this postcard is 6 by probably 4, 6 by 4, yeah. And I'll put a link in the description box of where you can find these on Amazon. And I think I probably paid maybe $9.99 for them. Now I purchased this pack of 48 4x6 watercolor postcards off of Amazon. They are 140 pound cardstock, 300 GSM. It did not tell me whether or not they were cotton. Yes, actually it did. It did. I'm sorry. I think I said it earlier in the video too. Good Lord. Hello. Memory. All right. Yeah. So I think I ran out over that already. And it came in this cute little box. I paid $9.99 for them. They're currently on the site, the website for $11.99. So, you know, look at that. Isn't that cute? I think I'm gonna find something to do with that. I'm gonna do something with that. Let me put this back in here before I get delayed and stagnant and start chasing squirrels. All right. And all right, so that is what we started with. Here is where we ended. All right, so I'm going to show you really quickly, and then at the end you'll see a close-up, a little slideshow or something to that nature. Now the thing that I like about these, doing this, is that you can do, essentially you can use these as postcards. You can also use this as a card front, but for all intents and purposes, I would definitely, for $9.99, I think I probably would use them as postcards, or gift them as a postcard, as in not write on the back of them. You could possibly put a post-it note on the back and, you know, put it in with a gift so that they can use it. Maybe put your little signature off to the side, your artistic signature. That's just an idea. Otherwise, just drop them in the mail. I'm not sure if you want to put an fixative on the front if you're mailing them by themselves, but that's an idea as well. Either that or some type of something that will keep the watercolor in place in the event that it, you know, gets splashed with something in transit. And so we've got that one. Now, as you can see, and you'll notice in the other ones, it's quite a bit of doodle work. And I'm going to tell you something. Once you start with the watercolor, and God forbid you add a pen or pencil to the mix, you know, turning it now from a watercolor creation to a mixed media project, it can become rather addicting, and it can be difficult for you to pull yourself away from your process if life does in fact call you away from your creative space. And you know, some of these as you can see, are really busy, and it is something about that gold that just, you know, it kind of makes the busyness okay. Now, I personally wear silver and white gold in real life, so I'm not like a huge fan of gold, but in creating, there is something about adding that little special finishing touch of gold to a piece that makes it like come alive, or just gives it a hint of a smidgen of sophistication. Or it could be just me, you know, it could be me, just a tacky woman who, you know, is relying on a metallic to make her piece look any form, semblance of classiness. It could be that too. You know, I'm not opposed to a little bit of gaudy here and there, as you can see. I just added those cute little crosses or pluses. They weren't really meant to be crosses, but if they're crosses, they're crosses, you know. I don't mind a good cross. I wear them. Okay, and so I also used the Jelly Roll pen for the white there. This is, it's not Jelly Roll. It's actually, I pulled it out earlier. You guys saw it. Or did you? I don't know if you saw me do the doodling, but, and then there's paint splatters in the back, or on the top, and all of them I've gone around with a micron. There you have a little bit of silver there. Actually, this is silver here. This is actually silver. My bad. That's silver. And so is this. So we've got silver and gold on some, just gold on the others. And then this is another one that just got, you know, just got ridiculously busy. But I'm going to show you what can be done about that, okay? In just a second. So we've got this one that's super busy. And then last but not least, here's one that I finished off with. It was a super busy. It just was doing too much, doing the most for the least, you know what I mean? And so I needed to kind of push it on back down. So I just added a sentiment and bordered it with some watercolor pencil. And so let me show you. Now, granted, I showed you the Gansai Tambi. And let me show you the pens that I used for the doodling. If I had not already shown you, it is the Uniball Signal pens. These are really great. If you see these on Amazon, go ahead and purchase a set. They're awesome on top of watercolor. I will say that I have a Jelly Roll pen. I can't remember if it's in here or if it's in another bag. But you know, it does not, the ink does not flow consistently. I think sometimes the ink may be too thick. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm no pen expert. But get yourself a set of these. This is a Tim Holtz small talk, snarky, you know, sentiment there. So these are little pieces that, you know, you add. Now, I'm going to tell you one last thing. This is also Tim Holtz. When it comes down to getting uber, you know, ridiculous with the finishes, and you don't like that last piece, you can always do something like this. And then you can also take that to something like this. So you can, you know, add a frame to it to take away from some of the exterior look. Now, this could very easily be framed like this and be added to your what do you want to call it? Your refrigerator, you know, glue this in place. Obviously cut a little bit of that backing off, but take a look at that. That's really cute. And then I also have that frame came out of this set by Tim Holtz. I got it from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. They called them baseboard frames, and they're pretty thick. I'll show you. This is another one. So here is the other super busy one. Super busy. This is cute on an office wall. Now, since we're talking about frames, there's nothing to stop you from having a small little set in a hallway. Something, you know, to the effect of this. You know, something like that in your hallway. You know, just from a set of watercolors. So no, it may not be all based off of postcards, but what I'm showing you is that you can take what you make and turn it into other aspects of art that you can place in your home. You know, we don't all have to have Van Gogh. You know, you can display your artwork. It's beautiful enough. Mine is. And I know somebody in the background is saying, no, it ain't. maybe it's not good enough for your walls, but it's good enough for mine. Okay, so you could have a small little, you know, set on your wall. Do they call it a vignette or something like that? Either way, you can use, you have artwork once you're done that you can display, you can share it for yourself. You can add these things to your own journal. So that being said, I am going to stop rambling. Before I go, the last thing I want to show you, and yes, I am proud of these. These will be sent to some of our friends here in the creative community. They will know who they are when they receive them. Okay? And going back to the gloss medium. Mix with any acrylic paint for a glossy finish. Well, you can also add it to the top of a flat paint and look at, you get the brush strokes. I can't even see that good enough. You get the brush strokes. Now, I remember I took my finger, I don't know if you saw, but took my finger and scratched in. I just wanted to see if it would hold the texture that I created, and I'm very pleased with this. I'm very pleased with this because what it tells me is that when I am done with maybe I have something that I want to post on my own wall. I want to display on my own wall. If it's at the end and I still want to add a little bit of texture to it, I still have one last shot at it. And not only does it add the texture, but if you can see here, there's a difference between this and this. This is a little ashier, it's a little duller, and this is a little brighter. So, you know, you get two for the price one. You get the gloss, but you also get color enrichment, and then you get the texture. So if you don't want the texture, you can either use a brush with soft bristles, or you can use a knife, you know, a knife, you know, and it's totally up to you. But I'm just giving you, this is from Walmart, Royal and Langnickel Gloss Medium, and oh, this is what size is this? 250 milliliters. That's good. That's a good size, isn't it? So anyways, listen, I am so thankful that you guys decided to sit with me this long, and I hope that you enjoyed this little project, this process. This is definitely not a tutorial. This is me sharing with you my journey and steps on that path of exploring and experimenting with watercolor. And with that, I bid you adieu. But until we are back here together on Patreon first and YouTube right after, my friends, stay encouraged, stay blessed, stay creative and crafty. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to join the crafty community, and be sure to click the bell for notifications of new uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Now stay tuned for more from Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel. Bye for now.